by the power of Grayskull.
Hello, this is just a quick review for T.A.B.S, which is Totally Accurate Battle Simulator. It's free to download this month on PlayStation Plus Essentials. I had never heard of this before, so I didn't know anything about it when I started playing it. And it's quite good. I mean, the graphics are mediocre, but this game is more about the gameplay more than the graphics. So as you can see, it's just like a strategic battle game. You pick your troops out of all this that's available, and then you've only got at the top, it says you can have a maximum of 30 people, and you've only got, say, 70 gold on this one. You've got like a budget, so you can only buy one person. So this level's like 1v1, but you can see the red and blue line. That's like your side, their side. You're always fighting against the blues. This is the campaign mode anyway. There's lots to do on it. I mean, there's there's campaign mode. There's like a sandbox mode. You can play multiplayer. You can create your own people, I think, and you can create your own battlegrounds as well, which is quite good. I'll show you a bit of footage later on. But yeah, so there's like medieval, there's Vikings, there's ancient, there's Empire, which is like ninjas and like Chinese stuff. There's what else? There's good and evil, like two different categories, good and evil. There's spooky. There's what else is there? But there's a few different types of units that you can use, and you can mix and match, so you don't, once you've picked them, you don't have to stick to them. You can use whatever, but a lot of the time you're just guessing, and you just, because you don't know what any of the troops are going to do. Like those troops there I've just put down, I had no idea that they do like a leaping attack to begin, because every bot is got like its own type of attack, and as you can see, they're like ragdoll effect. So, and then once you get beat, or you can start again at any time by pressing and holding circle, you wipe off all the people on the map, like on your team, so you can put more people down, or you can just press circle over the ones you want to delete off. But obviously you've got to think strategically, because you need to place your troops in the right area in order to be effective. Like if there's a lot of people who are crowded together, you could maybe put a catapult, so one hit will wipe out a lot of people, whereas if they're spread out, you might want to have some archers, put them on the flanks while you have your main soldiers in the middle, kind of thing. So, and like I said, there's medieval. These are the knights of the medieval. They've got sword and a shield. This is what I was talking about. You can create your own map. Look, you've got different sizes, but the arena, or the map, doesn't have to be that big. In fact, the smaller the better, because you get to control the environment more. You get to control the battle more. If it's a big open wide space, sometimes it takes a long time for your troops to get to where they need to be, and by then the force has been thinned out too much, so you haven't got very many soldiers left. And it depends on who you're up against. You know what I mean? Like if you're up against people with spears, then you need to have shields and swords or spears as well, or maybe, like I said, archers, so you can pick them off from far away. I mean, it does take a long time for people to attack, so sometimes it's funny when you're down to your last couple of guys and you're fighting another 5-10 people, and they'll do one attack and then they'll wait for ages before they do another attack, and because it's ragdoll physics, they're tripping over their own feet, they're swinging around, they're losing the balance all the time, they're falling over. So it's quite funny when you're watching the battles, because you never quite know what's going to happen. There's another thing you can do, is download other people's creations. So somebody had made this map and I downloaded it. it's like a gladiatorial arena, and I'm just putting me troops down anywhere there just because I was just testing it out. But like I said, there's quite a lot of content here. I think what would have been better for the game, because every single troop type is available from the get-go, whereas if you were doing the campaign, because this is what this is, the campaign, if you're doing the campaign, you should unlock like different class of stuff as you go, because it would make it a bit more interesting. Because everything's available straight away, you haven't really got anything to work towards apart from just getting past all the levels, all the scenarios. But you can zoom in anytime you want. You can go into free camera anytime you want. You can actually take control of people on the dance floor, on the battlefield. You can take control of the individuals themselves. I think you press triangle, so you can actually get involved in the battle yourself. It's good. Like I said, there's lots of options there to create. It's like quite good for creative people, because you can make your own maps, make your own troops. It's like I said, it's very simple, but the gameplay is its main strength. This is what games used to be like back in the day. It's all about the gameplay, and the graphics were just secondary. Whereas better the technology became, it became more about the graphics and less about the gameplay. But this is back to the core essence of what it is to be a gamer. The graphics are secondary on this game. They're sufficient for what you're trying to do, but the game is in the actual gameplay. That's where it becomes good, because like I said, it's a strategic, I have trouble saying that, strategic type of war game. So you can outsmart the computer. You need to think tactics. That's what it's all about. And like I said, it's multiplayer. So if you've got your friend who also plays, I don't know if it's cross-play, but I'm playing on the PS5, so I don't know if I could play somebody on the PS4, say. But either way, it's class for free. I mean, it's a really good game for free. I don't know how much it is brand new. I think it's about 20 quid or something like that. So it's not too expensive if you miss it. But still, if you can get it for free, you may as well stick it on your library so you can play it on a rainy day. I mean, you've got nothing to lose. But it's interesting to see the different types of people, like medieval style knights versus I don't know, spooky stuff where you've got a catapult that fires bouncing pumpkins, or there's archers that fire snakes. So once they've hit them with the snake falls to the ground and then starts slithering about and attacking people again. The Chinese archers fire fireworks. So the fire, that arrow will stick into the enemy, and then the fireworks, the fuse is burning down, and then it explodes. So it sends everybody up into the air. So it can become quite chaotic. And like you can see before, while I was talking, there was a guy with a wheelbarrow, and he runs at full pelt into the troops. Each different troop class have their own characteristics. So it depends on what type of scenario you're in, requires different types of troops. There you can see I went into the battle there, but I was just playing the game, so I didn't really know what I was doing. None of this, you have to just explore yourself, because it doesn't give you any instruction. It doesn't really tell you what to do. You've just got to try and suss it out, which is annoying. There you see the guy in the wheelbarrow, he just goes flying. So he's good for breaking up, crowds of people, because depending on the budget and how many men you can have, you could maybe have 2 different wheelbarrow people on the flanks, and then have your main archers and your troops in the middle set further back, and you can just send in those wheelbarrow guys. It'll do damage before you even get there. Plus it distracts the enemy, because they try and kill them before they try and deal with you. So like I said, it's very strategic, it's very tactical, which is good. It's like a battle simulator, that's what it is. But the name is totally accurate, battle simulator. I don't think it is, because like I said, the graphics are shit. If the graphics were better, imagine the graphics were AAA, it would be a really good game. But doesn't take away from the gameplay or the enjoyment, and especially because it's for free. I mean, you can't complain. But if you like the look of it, definitely go and get it while it's available in November. And that's it, really. So, there.